That is a very disturbing story. Even just reading it makes me get goosebumps. Yeah? Waliwo omwana w'emyaka 7 eyakwatiddwa abasajja babiri ne bamukakanako ne bamutuusaako ebyafaayo nga kwotadde n'omukazi ow'emyaka 52 naye nadda ku mulenzi oyo ow'emyaka 7. The details are coming up in the story and the news starts now.
Coming to you live from Plot 249, Gaba Road. Hot on the heels. Fast, reliable, and informative. Agagwira wo, gasokira wano, gatabanagafuna. Agagwira wo, 100.2 Galaxy FM.
We are live on our YouTube platform. It is Galaxy FM /TV. And in the news today, there's a very unfortunate story. There's a 7-year-old boy that's been sexually molested by 2 men. Tebakomye kwecho. The same boy in the same time was also defiled by a 52-year-old woman.
Fit enough to be his grandmother. Because at 52-year-old, you can be a grandmother to someone.
Give me the story.
Crazy.
Give it to me the way it is.
Now, this happened in Wakiso district. The boy's names have been withheld because he's a minor.
7 years.
Yeah. Police currently is holding 3 suspects. Those ones. One is called Sendaula Moses, he's 32 years old. And the other is called Kanyerezi Ibrahim, 28 years old. And the woman is called Namusisi Victoria. She's 52-year-old. Now, these all molested the kid within a certain period of time, similar period of time.
Same day or just same
different
period?
occasions,
Okay.
but within a particular period of time.
Let's start with
the
the
mother
2 men. Okay.
knew about it. The mother
Come
is called
on.
Aisha Nasuna. She knew about it, but she didn't have anyone to share it with. So she goes to a school where there is a woman who is advising kids. She's called Kutesa Esther. She saw how Kutesa was advising parents about how they should treat their kids, and she approached her and told her, I think my child is being molested.
She thinks or
That's
she
what
knew.
she told Kutesa, that I think my child is being molested, but he cannot tell me. So I need you to help me out.
Okay.
So that's how the boy was approached and talked to. So the boy revealed, Sendaula Moses, 32, would ask him, give him money to go and buy greens or
Okay.
anything from the market. When he goes and buys, takes him into his room and then smears Vaseline behind
Yamawe.
and does his stuff.
Omu
After
kibuno.
Sendaula left,
God.
Kanyerezi Ibrahim, this one, Sendaula did it like over 5 times.
Yeah.
Kanyerezi Ibrahim also did the same thing while this one was absent to the kid. They send him, they give him 5K, 1K, 2K, 500. Then Victoria, also the 52-year-old, does the same thing. She sends the boy to bring for her water to her bedroom. When he brings, she starts, Can you imagine the world?
Do we have the police having anything
Yes,
on record?
Fred Enanga is the one explaining. He says we have these 3 suspects currently in custody.
Oh my God.
Where one of the neighbors called Sendaula Moses and this 7-year-old male juvenile go and buy for him greens. When the boy would come back, he would invite him in the house and then smear his anus with the jelly and then perform unlawful sexual act on more than 5 different occasions, giving the boy 2,000 shillings. Another suspect called Kanyerezi Ibrahim would also take this young boy to his room using the same method. We have a 2-year-old woman called Namsisi Victoria would also send the victim for her water into her bedroom, start having sex with a young juvenile.
Kongano mangu tuli abagwiraru. Like we are mad people. Honestly speaking, 7-year-old, you're 32. What are you doing in the behind of a 7-year-old?
Seriously, what are
And
you...
you're 52. What are you doing sleeping with a 7-year-old? This is how I raise my children. They have to know how to speak. Ebintu ebibanyiga, they have to speak. They have to report.
Yeah.
It's to your advantage as a
It's
child.
important.
Abana
Exactly.
omwana womukuza nga ali awo nga alinga kibwanga tayogera. Honestly speaking, they're going to do things to them nga tobimanyi, and then you just get to know when it's too late.
Imagine the child can't
Imagine.
open up to you and tell you that.
I also want to blame the parent. Forgive me, but I also want to blame the parent.
How?
She suspected that something could be going on.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a one-on-one with your child? Why is your child opening up to a stranger, not to you?
Because of the parenting styles that we have as parents. Some parents sometimes are overly rude. A kid may fear that if I told mommy that so and so invited me to the room, they will instead slap me or beat me. You understand? So kids kind of misunderstand how parents will react to certain situations and decide to hold back.
This is what
And
happens
it's
with,
also
with human beings.
Yeah.
We are habitual beings. When you do something for the first time, the
Yeah.
second time, the third time, it takes only 3 encounters for something to be a habit. He was molested 5 times.
by one person.
By one person.
Yeah.
So we don't know how many times the other person molested him and how many times the woman molested him. This
Yeah.
could be a habit. Omwana ayinza okyamirayo nga takyasobola kuvaayo.
Exactly. And omwana is a quetta. Like, these are kids who commit suicide. These are kids who are traumatized. They never concentrate in school. You ask, why is this child always the last in class? Maybe they are going through certain psychological things
True.
that they cannot explain to anyone. So they are isolated. They are, psychologically disturbed. They don't have friends. They keep to themselves. So it is very important that parents
Ngoyina
come out and-
omwana. You are warned. Enanga has some words, but we also have some words for you.
Period brings about additional friends and family members. So you find there are some who want to come very close to the children, hugging them, playing with them, tickling them. Others want the children to sit on their laps. For children to say no to unwanted touches, pictures, favors by adults or other children. Pay attention to signs of child abuse. Adults disregard feelings from children when a family member or is accused by the child victim. The truth is that about 90% of children are sexually abused by someone they know. Then a lot of children tend to hold on to secrets.
There's a problem. Raise your children. They need to be able to speak. They need to be able to speak confidently.
Yeah.
And what is wrong is wrong.
The thing is, it's funny because parents find it okay when an auntie or an uncle comes around and he says, "Oh, come here, sit on my laps." They start tickling and playing games, and you
Namna
feel
gani?
like, because most times children are molested or abused by people they trust or their parents trust.
Exactly.
Or people that they know, the neighbors, the aunties, the uncles, the friends, the fellow
Abakozi
children.
b'ewaka.
Yeah, n'abakozi b'ewaka. Even stepmothers, even own fathers and own mothers, So I don't know how we should be able to gauge, because I think one of the ways,
Religiously,
listen first,
yeah.
one of the ways that kids get closer to parents is by also physically. When a parent hugs you when you come back from work, when a parent plays around with you, honest, innocent playing, but you cannot know the intention of the other person because you don't even know that their intention is actually sexual
Exactly.
or it is honest.
Religiously, there's only one conclusion.
Yeah.
We're in the end times. We are about to perish.
End times, we've heard that story from I don't know when.
Anyway, apart
End
from that,
time.
do feel free to drop your comment on our YouTube, on our Facebook, on our social media platforms. It's Galaxy FM /TV and Galaxy FM UG on Instagram and Twitter, and 100.2 Galaxy FM on Facebook. Kakwenza collected 40 million yesterday.
40 million.
Yesterday.
In less than 24 hours.
Abantu
Actually, let's say
yabasabye
less than-
kanana.
But Nonya, he wanted 5,000 people to
Okay.
give 8,000 shillings each.
All right.
This was for his sureties.
Yes.
Remember, he had absconded from court 2 times. Buganda Road Magistrates Court. So the Chief Magistrate, Douglas Singiza, directed. First, the previous time in March, he said, arrest Kakwenza wherever he is.
Yes.
Yeah. Then the second time he didn't show up, he said, now the sureties should be arrested. So either they are arrested or they pay the court fine of 40 million. Like when a surety when a suspect or an accused
Doesn't show
absconded,
up, yep.
yes, you must pay or be arrested. So Kakwenza had this on him to collect this money.
Okay.
He made a fundraise yesterday. He announced on his social media platforms, you guys, I need 5,000 people to each raise for me 8,000 shillings. Surprisingly, by today, I think by yesterday itself, he had raised
Mbozi bagiyita
40
struggle.
M.
Yeah, abaana bazinoonya
He
ziba
said, I'm as
kanana.
broke as a but he says he received the money on his mobile money, but he's not telling us who gave him the money.
From what I
or
saw,
how much he raised from
I
Ugandans,
saw
or-
from his tweet, it was
Yeah.
a little bit insulting, But now
his tweeters.
I'm waiting for the Simani, the what. You read the tweet.
I think, maybe he's overly straight that people think he's now insulting. There's also a thin line between being too straight and saying this is what I want.
Okay, let's assume.
And,
let's assume I have fat cheeks,
Yeah.
and you say, okay, now I'm waiting for the fat cheeked person. That's an insult.
Now, if I say you have fat cheeks, I'm not abusing
it's
you.
body shaming.
No, there's nothing wrong with saying you have fat cheeks or you have a big butt.
Is it okay?
I'm waiting for the big butts too. It is.
That's body
is
shaming,
as
Pam.
it is,
If
like-
you're short and someone says that short, it's body shaming. If you're fat and they're calling you fat, it's body shaming. If you're small and they're calling you a toothpick, it's body shaming.
No,
Doesn't matter
toothpick
how.
is now an insult.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you
It's
say
body
that
shaming. It's-
you are short,
Pam.
if I'm describing
Body shaming
someone,
is
if
body
I'm
shaming.
describing someone and I say she's a short girl, am I insulting that person?
It depends on which phrase and in which context you're using it in.
Okay.
It's body shaming either way. Anyhow, we'll keep you guys posted out from that. Chikonyogo Wagwan.
Is the FDC
Okay.
deputy spokesperson. Yesterday he was talking about street vendors. Most of the people who are doing business on the streets are youths who are yearning, like who are trying to
Who are
make,
yearning?
Hey,
They're
but
yearning
yeah,
themselves.
yearning.
The
They're trying
youths
to
that
make
are
ends
yearning
meet.
themselves.
Yeah.
Mm.
These ones who do business on the streets that have been evicted for Kampala to be a smart city. So he's saying if the government doesn't have a second plan for them, when these kids get off the streets, they are idle and they resort to marijuana. That's why we're having high intake of marijuana or doing drugs, illicit things. And also theft and robberies is on the rise now. Yay.
abaana bano ekibanywesa enjaga kye tulina okunoonyereza kakati abasinga obungi tebalina mirimu abamu bemwagobye ku switi e Kampala mu batembeeyi naye obagoba tomanyi gye balaga ate nga mukimanyi bulungi nyo nti mu Kampala temuli nnimiro emmere olina gigula n'okusula olina kugulawo baba talina kyakkola ono omwana kyekibayingiza abamu mu mizenga gino egyokulaba nti batandika okutirimbula bannaabwe kubanga alina okufuna ssente ate alina ng'ejo azifuna okujja okuzijja ku oyo alina ki ssente gavumenti kigikakatako okulaba nti abantu baali bafuna emirimu bafuna ekyokukola.
Uganda have fair, no, but anyhow, that's a conversation for another day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Drop your comment on our YouTube. We've been live, Galaxy FM/TV. Right, your laws. Imagine the story opened up with you're 52. Honestly speaking, 52 years.
Yeah.
First of all, at 52 years as a woman, are you still horny?
Why not?
Ninga no honkem.
No, you're still horny. You still want.
At 52.
It is a biological thing. Yes.
When do women
You mean
stop
52
being
is too old?
menopause? What are you doing?
So menopause means what?
At-
That
look, listen.
your thing doesn't work.
At young children, abavubuka emvumulo, 25, 30-ish, what. We have sex for, wish.
Yeah.
But then at 52,
at 52 is when
sex
when
is
they
not even
actually,
leisure for you. It's not pleasure anymore.
It is by the way, it is something you understand more in depth.
In the side of
But
men,
then it is crazy that
the
you
older
think
a
of,
man grows, the more sexually active
he
he
becomes.
becomes. The older a woman grows, she's not even like
she may have sex less times, but she may want it exclusive, like she would want to really enjoy.
What business do you have as a 52-year-old being attracted to a 7-year-old?
That is stupid.
Exactly.
That is very stupid.
This